Good morning everybody, welcome to a new video. I hope you can hear me. It is very windy and miserable today. If I knew it was going to be like this today, I just wouldn't have bothered with this job, but here I am. This is what we set up with today. We're using a Norfolk pan, so we've got some pan tiles again today. Nice and easy as long as the thing fits, but I've already been up there, this definitely fits. Before this video begins, speaking of the Flexiscraper, I have bought a new one. It's just a starter set, but I've got a few more blades added onto it. Now I'm going to be giving it away because I've already got two, so I don't need another one. To enter the giveaway, basically leave a comment on this video, just asking a question, anything you want, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll be entered into the draw. Now it's not sponsored by the Flexiscraper or anything like that. I bought it out of my own money, but Steve Freeman, the inventor of it, he caught wind and he's thrown in, I don't know, it's got to be a good 10 blades that he's thrown into it. So if you're new to roof cleaning, or if you want to switch over to the Flexiscraper, pop a comment down below, follow the instructions, and then probably on the next video I'll read out the winner. It'll be in like a week or something. But I won't take up too much of your time. If you don't want to enter it, but you still want to leave a comment about something, just write down like "don't enter me" or whatever, because we really want it to go to someone that is new to roof cleaning, that's going to benefit from it, that doesn't already have like two sets like I do. I'll show you the job now. Right folks, here's the job in question. As I say, majority of it I'm going to have to be up on that roof there, and I can get sort of most of this small ladder section there. I haven't got a scaffolding tower booked for this one. No reason in particular, to be honest. I forgot. So I just thought I would crack the back of this one off the ladders. There's an extension around the back as well. Right, here we are, here's the back. So I'll have my ladders up there to get that bit, and I can get some of that from the roof from the other side, and then ladders up there. Not ideal, I know. I probably should have got a tower for this one, but oh well. It's one of them sort of jobs that I booked in a bit of a while ago, before I was using towers on every job. And to be honest, my organisation skills are rubbish. I've got to clear the top of this bungalow extension roof thing as well, but that's not much of a big deal. And then after I'm finished today, if I finish today, I've got to do some quoting for some pressure washing around the front. All this gravel area here, which isn't the nicest. There's a bit of block paving ahead of me, and it's some slabs at the back that I've got a quote to pressure wash as well, because it's pressure washing season yet again. Now, what I will be using today is the brand new Dosatron for the first time, so I'm really excited to get this going and seeing how this runs. A little hose reel there. Now, also, I don't know if anyone tuned in for the live stream I did the other day, but voila, brand new 40-foot streamline Ova8. I've put my older brush head on there because I didn't want to get that nice new one scuffed up, so I'll wait till this one's in its day and then I'll switch the brush heads over. But yeah, 40 feet long, and it was inspired by, well, I bought it a while ago anyway, but it just took a while to come. When I saw the last video that I did, when Stephen's 40-foot pole, and he was able to soft wash a roof from the ground, I was like, wow. So yeah, I can basically soft wash most of this from the ground. I will have to get up there, get on top of that, sort that out, but that's fine. Right, if I can, I'll set a camera up, but I don't know, I might just make this video more about the soft washing afterwards and seeing how the Dosatron works. If there's not much scraping footage. Right then folks, that is all the scraping done. I know you've seen like 2 seconds of it. Yeah, it didn't take too long, it's just gone 2 o'clock, so yeah, fair few hours, probably like 4 hours. I think that I've been going straight, which isn't too bad. So I've just tied it up already, which is always a plus. So I'll get set up now, get this Dosatron and this Ova8 pole to work, and yeah, give them both a quick review at the same time, and let you know if I have any problems, if I'm enjoying it, if I think it's better, or if I've used better options before. So I'll be back in a mo while I'm setting that stuff up. Right then folks, almost all ready to go. I will show you this again. I did show it in my Dosatron video, but I will just show you again quickly. So we've got one connection going from the tap into the Dosatron, one coming out, which goes into my hose reel there, which then connects up to the, sorry, I'm trying to do this without looking at it. So the warp head pole hose somewhere over here, which then goes up into the Ova8. Now I've got, god damn, I need to get a new tripod, guys. It keeps breaking on me. I've got this little tap. I think things like this are really important. So when I'm up there, I basically carry this up with me and start and stop whenever I choose. I've opted not to go for a univalve, just in case with things like that. If that sort of split when I was sort of up on a tower, or you know, up on a ladder, something just landed on me. And univalve splits, I've heard a lot of things apparently lately, they're not too good. A lot of people are having issues with them, so I thought I've opted for a tap instead of a univalve. Just then, at least if it's leaking from the tap, I can control that a little bit easier. But if it was like a univalve, it's like making it spray, or I couldn't stop it while I was at the top of the tower, I'd be having a nightmare. So yep, I'll put the bi-side in it now, and then I'll try and find a nice place for this camera to get set up, so you can watch the flow rate and sort of how quickly I can get this job done. Now the tap, it's a leaky tap, it's leaking literally at the top of the tap, so none of my connections will make a difference to it. So I've checked, it's just over 3 bar, so it is enough to efficiently use the Dosatron, but I think the pressure might be a little bit low, but we'll see. Might just take a little bit longer than normal to get it done. Right, I'm going to mask up now because I'm going to start pouring this bi-side in, and then I'll get to work. Right, so I've opted to put 2 litres in there and see how I get on, instead of overfilling and wasting any, because a lot of the front of the roof is actually blocked, so I might even get away with 2 litres on this job, but we'll see how it goes. I don't mind refilling if I have to. So this is going to stay here now. I don't need to sort of do anything with it apart from switch the under thing to on. At the moment it will only let water through it, so there's a switch underneath basically, and you click that and then it will start drawing chemicals as the water's going through it. So I'll click that in a minute. The other thing, Mike from GK Pro mentioned to me, don't screw on the top too tight, or even just leave it off, because there's like a bit of a pressure build up in it. You don't want it to pop off. So with the top where the bi-side sits in, either leave it off or just leave it on there very loosely, just so some sort of air can get in there and circulate. That's all I know about that. I'm going to leave it off just in case. Right, that is switched it on, so I'm going to set the camera up somewhere else, and we'll see how we get going. Right then folks, that is the job all done. I've tidied up everything, everything's neat and tidy, all my equipment has been rinsed. Yeah, everything's looking great. So I will leave it there with my final verdict. Now this thing, the Ova8, I've took my brush head off obviously because it's contaminated. I love it, honestly. It's made such a difference brushing that in, especially at like awkward angles when you're facing you're holding the brush like horizontal to you, and getting awkward angles, if you know what I mean. And like overreaching, it has made such a difference. It's so much lighter. It's got to be at least half the weight of the Renegade, which is 10 foot, not as long as well. So yeah, awesome. The only downside to it, I think this fitting that I've got on it, I've just hooked that on there. Obviously that's not meant to be on there normally. This adapter that I've got for it, when you are brushing it in on the roof and it knocks, it's very easy. I've tightened it up as much as I can here. It does not tighten anymore, but it's very easy to mess your angle up. So you have to bring the brush down, and then yeah, reset the angle again, and that was annoying me a bit. That's the only downside that I could see with the Ova8. I'm actually really pleased with it, although it took like 9 days to get here. I'm very pleased with how it's performed today, so that's a really good start. You can just tell it's worth its money. Right, and secondly, the Dosatron. Literally not a fault with this thing. I was a bit worried for a while because I heard that it can take, once you turn it on, it can take about a minute for the chemical to start working and sort of reach up to your pole. It was longer than a minute. It was a few minutes, and I was sort of brushing in water for a minute, and I was like, where like, is it not working? I could hear it clicking, but I was like, am I doing something wrong? Is it not working? But as soon as it started to come in, it was absolutely brilliant. I feel like I used less chemical than I normally would on this roof as well, just because the flow seemed right. Everything just seemed really good with it. Yeah, I'm actually very impressed with this. It's nice and relaxing as well. Usually, by sign it's a bit of a stress. It's like turn your backpack on, you keep checking it, like is it going to run out? How long have I got left? Is it going to run out of battery? This thing, it was just relaxing. It was just, I switched the tap on my thing, I chilled for a minute. I sat down, had a tea at one point, still left the water running into the thing, but just kept my tap there. And it was absolutely brilliant. I can't fault it. The only thing I would say is it leaks a bit. I can see some water down there, but it leaks quite a lot. You have got quite a puddle by the end of it. I don't know if that's just mine. I don't know if it's meant to. Obviously you can press this thing and that spurts water anyway, so it is waterproof down there. So I don't think any leakage is a problem, but it leaks from around here, like the return valve thing, whatever it's called, and from this one as well. So it's something I'll look into further. It doesn't really bother me. It's just literally the only bad thing I could think of. Like maybe this thing could come with a funnel, and obviously if leaving it off as well, I've already mentioned to Mike, it might be worth putting a filter on it. Kind of like with the backpack that I use, there's like a filter in there, if you're going to be leaving the top off when you're using it anyway. So a filter would be good in there, just to stop any crap falling into the thing. And then I don't know, like I guess I could bring my own funnel, but maybe if it came with a funnel, so you could pour the bi-side in, because this is lower down than this. It's, especially doing it straight out of the jug, you don't want to, it's just difficult anyway. It's just a bit awkward. But that's me being seriously nitpicky. I can't really see anything else wrong with it, to be honest. So yeah, I'll wrap up the video there. Hopefully it's been a good one. I know I haven't recorded much. Sorry, I'll get you out of my face. I know I haven't recorded much footage from the day. I know there was hardly any scraping stuff, but yeah, I just wanted to get this done and really focus on sort of trying to record the soft washing and the new Ova8 as well if I could. But there's the roof. It's all drying out nicely, gleaming, barely a speck of moth left. So yeah, I've already measured up the driveway, so I'm going to send that quote across to him. And then for now, excuse my hair, God knows what I look like at the moment. But thank you very much for watching the video. I'll probably have this out on the same day I've done this job, to be honest. Tomorrow's job, I'm going to be working at school, which is going to be fun. I've spoken about it a few times. Yeah, that's about it. So thank you very much for watching. Glowing reviews for the equipment that I've bought. Yeah, it's been a good day. Nice one.